Daddy born poor, Mama was too. Walking through the snow, plastic bags on their shoes. Papa selling houses, sleeping in a car. 4 babies in the back seat, underneath the stars. Well, hey, hey, just work a little harder. Hey, hey, punching that clock with work and prayer and a little bit of luck. Make so much money, need a 10-ton truck. Ha, 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 ha.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Paul McMann here with Forex Smart Trade. It is Thursday, May 11th, 2023. And here at Forex Smart Trade, our mission is to make you a successful currency trader. We do that by teaching you how to trade with our highly accurate proprietary trading indicators. And one of the purposes of this session is to give you some education on one of the techniques you can use to trade with the indicator, and also show you how accurate the indicators are. So with that, let's jump into it. We need to listen to this guy first.
Due to federal and state regulations, we are providing the following disclosure. Please stay tuned, as this will take less than a minute. Foreign exchange, futures, and cryptocurrency trading are highly risky, and you can lose all the money you invest should you decide to engage in live trading. We are not responsible for your investment, trading, or tax decisions. We are not licensed financial advisors, traders, accountants, stockbrokers, or attorneys. We are not licensed commodities brokers and do not engage in or facilitate commodities transactions. We are not an introducing broker, and we make no recommendation as to where you should invest or what broker you should trade with. As you apply what you learn, we recommend you seek advice from licensed professionals. Any trade results that we show should not be considered typical of our students. We do not and cannot track the results or performance of our students' private trading accounts. We do not know what a typical or average student earns or loses trading. This is not a get-rich-quick program, guaranteed system, or business opportunity. We sell training and trading tools. We make no promises our training or tools will generate future income for students, and you may not make your investment back, including your investment in this training. Any redistribution or recording of this material is strictly prohibited without advance written permission.
All right. One of the great things about the program is that we do these live trades, and once you become a member, we do one every morning at 10 a.m. We do another every evening at 10 p.m. And we also have continuous training. So every Wednesday, there's an advanced member meeting at 9 p.m. Eastern, and every Saturday morning, we do a back to the basics where we are continuously reviewing the various trade strategies and taking questions to help you be the best version of yourself. I like to work off of a checklist that helps kind of keep me focused. And that starts by restarting my green chart every day. Keeps the memory clear, and then also allows me to pick up any updates. Review of yesterday's trades, or at the end of every day, it is good practice to review the days of the previous trade. Last night's overnight trade both closed. The trades that we took on Tuesday, had you kept the AUD USD trade open, that would have closed profitably, but it took a day. I ended up closing it out. If a trade doesn't close within like the 3 hours I expect it to, once it gets back to break even, I will generally close it out, unless I'll check the signal, but I'll generally close it out because after 3 hours, the signal's no good. On the other trade, we did get stopped out on that at the end of the day, and the signal was good. We just missed it by half a pip before it pulled back, and then once it pulled back, it continued with the trend and ended up stopping us out. So it's not a perfect science. The signal was good. We did get it, but I think we went for like 11 pips, and 10.5 would have gotten us there. We are technical traders. Being technical traders means we are trading based on the price action, and that's why our indicators are very good at helping us predict when there's going to be an up move and when there's going to be a down move. And if we can predict that, we can make money from it. But news also impacts currency prices. So we want to know when there's kind of major news events so that we can trade around them. And we figure out what those major news events are from forexfactory.com. Forexfactory.com breaks the news down into 3 components. Yellow, which is low impact. We don't generally worry about those. Orange, which is new, which is medium impact. I generally don't worry about those, but some people do. Some people consider those. And red, which is high impact. And those are expected to move the market. So this morning at 7 a.m., which is in 25 minutes, there's going to be some news on the pound. And then so they're going to release some information. Then Bank of England, Governor Bailey's going to talk about it at 7:30. And then at 8:30 on the USD, we've got some PPI and unemployment claims. So we will not trade. I like to be out of it 2 hours beforehand because these numbers are all already known and calculated. So even though they're releasing them officially, are releasing them at 8:30, insiders get access to them and start trading off of them earlier. So the prices move around a little bit. So to avoid that, I just stay out of it. And then tonight, there's some news on inflation in New Zealand. Any trade we take now would be done by 11 tonight. So we're gonna not trade the pound or the dollar this morning. So with that, let's get into it. The trade plan I use, we will create a customized trade plan for you, but the trade plan I use is something called the 10-point signal. I'm doing it off of a 1-hour chart. As you see, you can have anything from a 1-minute chart to a 1-month chart. I like to trade off of the 1-hour chart. I'd like to be 30 minutes into the chart to take a trade. That gives the chart a chance to form. And on a 1-hour chart, the trade's worth anywhere from 5 to 35 pips. I am looking for a 10, 11 pip trade, and I expect it to close within 1 to 3 hours off of the 1-hour chart. On the day chart, on the trade that I send out overnight, I expect that to close before I get up in the morning. So, usually around 6 hours into it is when it closes. Although I think last night one of the trades closed, shortly after we sent it out. And the basic strategy here is to get the lines from all 3 sections of the chart to line up. And when I do, that's a higher probability trade that allows me to get in and out and minimizes my exposure. So with that, let's get into it. The chart I am trading off of is the 6 light, or the light 6 major, which is one of the standard charts. And I am going to start with the middle section of the chart, which is the majors and minors. The red and green line is the major indicator. Black and gray is the minor indicator. This horizontal red line is the oversold line. And I am looking for situations where we are oversold. When we're oversold, that's a good time to buy. And all the lines are going up. And the green and the gray line are on top. Or I am looking for situations where the lines are above this blue line, which is the overbought line. And when the market's overbought, that's a good time to sell, and I want all the lines coming down. So here we are oversold. All the lines are going up. And we do have the double cross where the green line is crossed over the red is on top, and the gray line is crossed over the black is on top. So I've got 3 points here. What I don't like, however, is that on the green line, we are going from more steep to less steep. There's a kink here. And I don't like the kink. I prefer it to be going from less steep, like we had here, to more steep. So with that, I'm going to hold off on this. But normally, if I have 3 points here and I like it, then I will jump up to the TNTs and I will count how many lines are consistent with what I'm seeing here. And here, the 2 orange lines are going up. So that's telling me buy. The blue lines are inversely related. So what that means is when blue's going down, that means buy. The 2 blue lines are going down. So all 4 lines are telling me buy. I want a minimum of 3 of the 4 lines to tell me buy. So I'm getting confirmation from the TNTs that this is a good buy signal. And then I'm going to jump down to the pressure. And the pressure, I want the lines either going up, which they're not. I've got down pressure here. But I do have the green line on top. The green line just crossed over. And when the green line crosses over, you'll generally see a green candle, which is what you're seeing here. So I've got support from all 3 sections. I've got 8 points, 1 here, 3 here, and 4 here. But I'm going to hold off on this AUD USD buy because I don't like the kink in the line. And this kink in the line may be because of the some of the information on that news that's coming out at 8:30 is already starting to leak out. Because over here on the Euro USD, you can see the lines are going down. We're oversold, we're going down. So nothing here. Pound USD, again, everybody was going up and now everybody's going down. And it looks like they're hitting a little resistance line here. So I have nothing here. USD Canadian dollar, overbought. Everybody's going down, and I've got the double cross where the red line is crossed over and the black line is crossed over. So I've got 3 points here. Now here's a situation where I do like the kink in the line. So we're going from, it's going down here, but it kinks and it goes down steeper. And this steepness is greater than 45 degrees. So 45 degrees is like if you have a right angle, 45-degree line would bisect that right angle. So this is steeper than 45. So this is a nice setup. I don't mind that the miners have already kind of run through the channel. So I've got 3 points here, 2 orange lines going down, although the thick orange isn't going down that steeply. Thick blue going up, so 3 of the 4 here. I've got up pressure with red on top, so I have a point here. And the lines are diverging. The green line is pulling away from the red line, so that's kind of a little plus in my mind. Because this is suggesting that it's rolling. So I've got 1 point here, 3 points here, 3 points here. So I've got 7 points. And I have nice steepness on this line. My only issue is that we got this news. We got this news coming up. So if there wasn't that news coming up, I would go to the next section of the analysis and take a look at, I'd confirm the setup by looking at the 2 and the 4 hour chart and seeing where the majors were with respect to the overbought and oversold line. But right now we're going to pass, so say between the AUD USD over here And this over here, this is a better signal on the USD Canadian dollar. USD Swiss franc overbought, kind of sideways. USD yen overbought. Everybody's coming down. And I've got the double cross. So this is a nice signal. The lines are kind of clustered. And I like it that the green line is like, entering the channel as it was here. On my TNTs, I don't really quite have the support. I want to have 3 out of the 4 lines confirming what I see. And I only have 2. The thick orange is going down. Thin orange is going up. Dotted blue is going up, telling me sell. Thick blue is going down, telling me buy. So I'm going to get 2 of the 4 here. I've got up pressure, but the red line looks like it has crossed over. So this is a point. So I'm missing a point here. But again, because we have that news item, we're not going to trade it. Of all of these, this U.S. Canadian dollar signal is like the nicest setup. So let's go. I've cloned this chart and put non-U.S. pairs in it. So let's see what we've got here. Euro pound overbought. Everybody's going up. And I just barely have the double cross with the green crossing over. I think you can see that if you look real close, the red is the green's on top of the red. Only have 2 of the 4 here. The thick orange is going up, thin orange is going down. So I only got 1 of the 2, and then on the same with the blues. Thick blue going down, dotted blue going up. So 1 of the 2 blues telling me buy. And again, the pressure, I do have the green line on top. So I only have 2 of the 4, and I want 3 of the 4. I kind of like this signal, but we also have that news coming up. So when the news is coming up, even though we've got the signal, we don't want to trade on it because the news could override everything. Australian dollar, yen, we're in the middle of the channel and it's kind of changing direction. So we're going to pass there. Euro Canadian dollar, oversold and everybody's going down. So here's a situation where, can I get 10 pips off of a trade? Here we're oversold and we got 17 pips, 15 pips right in here. So it's just not part of my trade strategy. I want to take higher risk or lower risk trades. And to me, a lower risk trade is when we're oversold and we're going up versus oversold and trying to get, take some pips off of it. AUZ, New Zealand dollar, oversold. Everybody's going up. I've got the double cross. What I don't like here, so I've got 3 points here. What I don't like is I've got the kink in the line, the green line, where it's going from more steep to less steep. I've got all 4 up here. I've got green on top. So I've got 8 points. My issue here is off of a day chart. It is going into evening in both of these markets. It's going into evening in both of these markets. So that means the volume is going to be lower. When the volume's lower, it's going to take longer for the move to happen. So off of a 1 hour chart, when neither of these are in prime time, that's daytime trading, it's more risky to take a trade because it'll take longer for the move to execute, and the signal could change by the time it does execute. So I want to be aware of what time it is in the markets that the pairs are in. Pound yen. We just touched overbought, and everybody's going down. This is a nice signal. It's a little bit more than halfway, so I would probably pass on it. But, this is what I'm looking for. Overbought, everybody's coming down, running through the channel. So you've got this nice move here. Got down here to oversold. It turned, going up. Look again, check out the steepness of the green line. And then another big candle hit the top, turned. And then we've got a nice down move. So here are three moves: down, up, down. This is what I'm looking for. This is the trade I like. But again, we got news coming up, so we're going to pass. And we're kind of more than halfway. I'll consider the trade before the halfway mark. Euro Australian dollar. We are approaching oversold, so nothing there. So let's go to another group of 6. Canadian dollar, yen. Overbought. Everybody's going down. The double cross. Lines are clustered. That's a positive. Everybody's entering the channel. That's a positive. I like this as a setup. Here, I only have one of the two orange lines telling me sell. The thick orange is telling me sell, and the dotted blue is telling me sell. So I only have 2 of the 4 here, and I don't have the pressure. I've got up pressure, very weak up pressure, but the green line is on top. So I don't have the full, I don't have what I'm looking for. So I'm going to pass. Euro New Zealand dollar. Now, this would have been a situation where we could take the trade because it's coming into morning time in Canada, even though it's evening time in Japan. So as long as one of the two are daylight, that's daytime, it's good. Approaching oversold, middle of the channel. And this is probably, that news is coming out in 10 minutes. This is probably, people are knowing what that news is. That's why you're getting the big down movement. And why on that pound yen, you saw the 3 bounces in it. New Zealand dollar, yen, we're in the middle of the channel. It turned. I'm not crazy about these when they turn in the middle of the channel. Sometimes if I see this on the Euro USD, where it's just about to go oversold and it turns like this, I might consider taking it, even though it didn't reach overbought. New Zealand dollar, USD, oversold. Everybody's going up, double cross, so 3 points here. But what's the problem? We got the kink. Where we're going from more steep to less steep. Don't like that. And then, again, we only have 2 of the 4 here. Thick orange is going up, and thick blue is coming down, both supporting buy. We do have the crossover where the green's on top with the down pressure. But so we only have 2 of the 4 on the TNT. So we're going to pass. Euro, Swiss franc, we're more than halfway. Let's go to the last grouping. Not everybody's going up here on the Australian Canadian dollar. Swiss franc yen, we're more than halfway. Euro yen, more than halfway. Pound Australian dollar. This is okay. We've got 3 of the 4 here. We've got red on top here. So we've got 7 points. Our issue is we've got the news coming up in 5 minutes on the pound. And approaching overbought. The lines aren't really consistent here. We've got a little bit of a duck bill on the major, which suggests there's going to be a little bit more of an up move. And Canadian dollar, Swiss franc, oversold and the overbought, and the lines have turned up. All right, so we've gone through 24 pairs. We didn't see a good setup. I'm going to change gears now and use a different signal. We've got, as I said, we've got about 10, 12 signals. This is a little scalp trade called the thick orange line trade. Thick orange line trade focuses on what the thick orange line is doing. It's good at the top of the hour when there's less than 5 minutes left. And you can take a look at this thick orange line is a scaled number. When it's as low as it can go, it's at 0. When it's as high as it can go, it's at 10. When it's at 0, it thinks there's no more down in the movement. So if there's no more down in the movement, that's a good time to buy. So let's see if we see any 0s or 10s or within 1 point of either end. So 2 isn't close enough. 7 isn't close enough. 2 isn't close enough. 6 isn't close enough. 6 isn't close enough. 7 isn't close enough. Let's go to the next group. So this is kind of a quickie. It's easy to figure it out. 5 isn't close enough. 8 isn't close enough. No. 2 isn't close enough. 0.1 is close enough. When I see this is at 0 or within 1 point of 0, I'm going to confirm that there's no more down in the move by looking at where the majors are. And I want the red line to be below the horizontal red line, and it's not. This is telling me, the majors are telling me there's still more down in the move. When the orange is telling me the move is over, this says there's a little bit more. So we're going to pass. 6 isn't close enough. 0.8, that's within 1 of 0. But again, the red line isn't below the horizontal red line. So we're going to pass. 5 isn't close enough. 8 isn't close enough. No, no, no. Last one. 0, yes. So this is telling me there's no more down in the movement. But if you look at where the majors are, this is telling me we get a lot of down in the movement. So that we don't have congruence or agreement between these two. So we're going to pass. 0.3, that's yes. But again, these are overbought. 0 again. This is telling me there's no more down in the movement. This is telling me there's a lot of down in the movement. No, no, no. All right, gang, we went through 24 pairs twice with 2 different signals this morning. We did not find a good trade setup. So I apologize, but sometimes the best trade is the one you don't take. You don't need to be trading all the time. You only need 2 or 3 good trades a day, and you can make fabulous money at this. We will give you the tools and the training that you need to do this well. If you need to speak to me, I am always available. The best way to get a hold of me is to just set up an appointment. And you can set up an appointment at forexsmarttrade.com/schedule, forexsmarttrade.com/schedule. We will do this again Monday afternoon. Thanks so much. Again, thanks for spending your morning with me. Bye-bye.